are 500 grams. Good amount of lunch meat.
I love.
We throw 600, but they're a lot lighter than people usually. Looking good, and then we'll get your.
I feel like this is a dangerous adventure.
A little bit. Get yourself in like a wider stance. Try and get the jab to really as flat out as you can.
Okay. You're just gonna let me just attack him.
Try to get your arm back a little bit more. Nice, perfect. I did a full like circle.
I feel like the straight arm is really hard to get that power, but I'm gonna work at it. I'm gonna get it. So I thought javelin would be tough, but it was definitely more difficult than I thought. Even though I had some of the best coaches and athletes helping me out, what I thought was the very most challenging, and I'm not even joking, was holding the javelin. I couldn't believe the flexibility that's needed and the weight that's behind my back. So I actually started off thinking this is tough before I even threw the darn thing. So, but actually with some good coaching and a couple of really good cues, it was really cool to feel the object just effortlessly leave my hand. It was amazing.
Push the grip through the tip. There's a little rhyme for you.
That's how you get Coach of the Year award nominations.
That was a really good fight. Look at that.
So even in the small amount of time I've been out here in the field talking to these athletes, it's really clear to me that they're just growing in so many ways under the leadership of this program. And I can see where all of the lessons that they're learning and the skills that they're acquiring here on the track, that it's just going to continue to lead them into that next stage of their life, into all the other amazing things that they'll end up doing after they leave UBC.
Both the performance and the culture of our team are more a product of them as a unit and our leadership group creating good culture, which seems to elicit great performances, than it really is something that's coach driven. We are part of the process, part of the pathway, but the leadership comes from the team members themselves.
When we all hang out together, I don't think about just about every single day I'm with all my teammates. And so I think that was one thing I was scared about coming from like the volleyball background where the team is so connected. I was like, oh, it's an individual sport, but this is like my favorite team in the whole world. 100 people and they're all like my best friends.
You know, I think that this starts right from the day that we begin the recruiting process and looking specifically at athletes who we feel kind of fit the culture that we want to espouse. Things like inclusivity, being willing to give back to community, while maybe seem like buzzwords, they're things that we try to live.
I think that inclusivity has been such a big part of our teams. Speaking for myself, I am part of like the LGBTQ plus community, and not for a single moment did I ever feel that that was ever an issue. It's something that we all joke around about and we just have a good time, and I always know that everyone believes in me and supports me 100%. So I think for sure it's a very strong rooted value as a team.
I would say being on this team has taught me that dedication to your craft is incredibly important, especially with something where we're practicing a throw or a jump every day. You can be as meticulous as the position of your arm, and I think that has come over into my education, learning that you got to do all the small things to get the big result, and I think that is something that will stick with me for life.
So here's my best, 7:33. Didn't know how well I scored, but relative to Michelle Datson, who's apparently our #1 thrower, about half. Here's where her cone would be. So clearly I have a lot of work to do to catch up. When I'm thinking about the Thunderbird pillars of success with this UBC track team, I just see that they are making an impact, finding their voices and discovering the power of their words and actions. They're not here to stay quiet or stay small. They're growing into something bigger, and it's bigger than what we're doing here at UBC.